This is Gerald in Worcester, Massachusetts, a liberal watching the Cohen hearings. Great to have you on the program, so I'm glad you called. Hi.
Yes, Mr. Limbaugh. I know that you're a strong supporter of Mr. Trump, but my reaction to the Cohen hearings is it reflects very poorly on Mr. Trump that he allowed this convicted liar to be his personal lawyer for 10 years.
Well, you know something, Gerald.
Just a second.
Well, no, I agree with you. I made this observation yesterday. Mr. Snerdley jumped down my throat when I said the conclusion people are going to have when this is over is how in the hell did Trump hire this guy?
Yeah, that's right. And this is a man you're supporting. This is the man you're supporting.
You want to turn this on me now?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're supporting this very, very poor administrator.
Oh, no, he's a great administrator.
Yeah. A personal lawyer who's going to jail for 3 years. He was his personal lawyer for 10 years. If that
Hang on a minute, Gerald. Don't hang up. Whatever you do. So is asking me to explain how in the hell I could continue to support Donald Trump when he had such a thug as his personal fixer for 10 years. Is that basically what your question to me is?
Yeah, absolutely, for 10 years.
Right. Well, many of those years that you're talking about, Trump is in one of the most vicious, cutthroat businesses in New York, and that's real estate. But, you know, he's not alone here. Take a look at all the sleaze it turns out was in the FBI looking for Trump, the people that have been fired, the people that have been demoted, the people that have been exposed. Look at all of the questionable, dubious characters that have been surrounding the Clintons ever since their Arkansas days. Trump is by no means alone in having questionable people on his staff. Nowhere near alone.
No, but that doesn't exonerate Trump. I mean, he's your hero.
I don't have heroes except for myself. Not my hero. I admire it. Look, you know what Donald Trump is to me? Gerald, I'm just going to be flat out. Donald Trump is the only thing standing between your side getting power and destroying the country as I know it. So I don't care who he hires. I don't care what he's got going on as his personal fixer. The guy has to succeed as far as I'm concerned. I don't mean this at you personally. I'm saying liberalism and the extremism that has happened to the American left. I'm scared to death what they're going to do to this great country if they get unchecked power. And Trump right now is the only guy standing in their way.
Yeah, so he's amoral. He lies.
You know, you guys have you don't have this exclusive claim on morality for crying out. You guys have done more to blow up the American moral code than Donald Trump could ever try to.
Yeah,
come on now, Gerald, this is crazy. You guys, Comey and McCabe and these guys lying to FISA judges using a phony political opposition document as legitimate intelligence? You want something about morality to me?
You're just casting about trying to say that, well, everybody else does it. But you weren't willing to you weren't willing to exonerate to point out Trump's difficulties. You just aren't willing to do it because, as I say, he's your savior.
Yeah, well, you know, is the objective here? You want me to condemn my team. You want me to condemn my side, and somehow I have to do that in order to be acceptable to you. I don't see you guys condemning your side. You guys, race riots start, and you're right in there blowing them up and helping to amplify them. You encourage this stuff. You encourage the breakdown of modern American society and civility. And then you come to me and claim that I refuse to be critical of Donald Trump because he's my savior? No, it's not because he's savior. He's the last line of defense against a movement, I think, doing great damage to the country. Everything's a value judgment.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to come to any agreement on this. But I think you will have to admit that he is a very, very poor administrator.
No, I think it's just exact opposite. But I don't fall for that technique either where somebody says, I think you'll have to agree. No, I don't have to agree. I don't think he's a bad administrator. I think he's a phenomenal administrator, and I think he's got a track record of success his whole life to prove it. He may not be a great bureaucrat in the way we define great government bureaucrats. Find that book in the library, by the way, Great Government Bureaucrats. Great Administrators in American History. Find me the book.
Yeah. Just don't doubt me. He's a.
Gerald, I pointed this out yesterday. I acknowledged that there will be a lot of people that would have this reaction, and you did. Now, I don't hide from these things, and I'm not in denial about them.
So you're willing to put up anybody, anybody, to fend off this terrible.
Well, in the first place, I don't accept your definition of Trump as riffraff or as a reprobate. I simply don't accept it. I think you guys have gone so far overboard in your personal hatred for this guy that you are the ones that have to explain yourselves as to how you can possibly think all that you think about this guy. It's irrational. It's unreasonable.
Well, you yourself have said that Michael Cohen is a reprobate, and this man,
the thug,
Trump has had him as his personal lawyer for 10 years. How in the world can you defend a man like this? I mean, Michael Cohen, I happen to agree with a lot of what he says.
I can defend a guy like this because Hillary Clinton represents the absolute destruction of the United States of America as founded. Ditto Barack Obama. So on the big scale of things, Gerald, as to who is worse and who's the bigger problem and who represents what can best be fixed if need be, it's Donald Trump by a long shot here, who has the least problems presented to me as an American citizen compared to the people on the left, from Joe Biden to every one of these wackos seeking a Democrat nominee. These are scary, scary people who don't know very much at the time. But that's my answer to you. And I say that unabashedly and with no shame, with no guilt, with absolutely no fear, no apology, no regrets. I firmly stand with Donald Trump and those he is attempting to defeat, which would include you. But it's nothing personal. You sound like a nice guy. I think you'd actually like Trump if you met him, Gerald. I don't know about Cohen, but I think you'd like Trump if you met him. In addition to every other grievance about the left that I mentioned to our good friend Gerald there from Worcester, Mass., let's not forget that the Democrat Party today is giving a standing ovation to new laws allowing the killing of babies born alive. And I don't know how you want to start talking to people about morality and ethics and behavior when you can applaud that or give that a standing ovation, which is clearly the direction today's left is moving. I understand your pique and your anger, but you got to understand, I love it when those people, they don't call here enough as far as I'm concerned. This guy was especially worthwhile because most of them, when they call Tina, within 30 seconds, they start calling me names and they get mad and then they throw things and hang up. And this guy hung in there. And it's always, it's an opportunity to make your point when you're talking to somebody that doesn't understand what you're thinking and gives you a chance to tell them. I agree. It's much better than somebody calling. I think Hillary Clinton sucks and I think Barack Obama. And what do I say? You're right. Great point. You never know the people listening whose minds might be changed. You never know. That's the potential there. Can't take any of these people personally. Attack everybody personally. Don't take it that way. I've just learned to laugh at it.